for people with missing hands or fingers, chemical burns, or stains on their clothing.
Generally, this whole thing is my customer base, probably the customer base of most all your gun shops.
Jim Snow, owner of Rebel Arms and Sporting Goods in Nob Hill, says the form's definition of a terrorist is debatable.
Well, that's generally what a gun owner is. He's buying a bipod for his rifle. He's buying handgun ammunition. He wants a container to keep it safe in.
He says he isn't comfortable using that criteria to profile people in his shop, especially when many are longtime customers.
They're wanting kids to turn their parents in. They're wanting parents to turn their kids in.
Ron Garrett from GI Guns and Ammo in Rogers doesn't see the point of the flyer.
I think that's probably a little bit of overkill.
He says all potential gun buyers are subject to background checks by the FBI already.
And that form gives us their basic information, their name, address, date of birth, description, and so forth.
And the FBI has the right to deny a sale if the background check doesn't add up. Even with any regulations, gun store owners we talk with said they'll always be careful about who they sell to. In Rogers, I'm Kyle Cabot.
So, see, it isn't enough. You go through an instant background check when you go to an FFL dealer. These are rural areas they're targeting mainly with this. And they're in there saying, are they buying a bipod? Are they buying a container for ammo? Are they missing fingers? You know how many farmers and ranchers are missing fingers? I mean, you go to some farm meeting, and I bet 1 out of 10 people are missing fingers, missing arms from working on those combines and tractors, working with their saws. You know how many people have burns on their hands at work on farms? I mean, I've bought bipods. I've got bipods. Does that mean I'm a terrorist? But again, there's also another lie in the piece that the FBI has the right to deny if it doesn't add up. No, if it says you're a felon. But now, outside of the law, they're saying, oh, if you've got a restraining order against you that's standard in a divorce, even if it's not for violence, you have to turn your guns in. Again, and then we've had court cases where they said that's unconstitutional. The BATFE, the ATF, they don't stop. They don't quit. They never stop. We're going to talk to Jim Snow for about 5 minutes coming up. He's a one-man shop. They're going to be busy with people in his store, but he can give us 5 minutes on the other side to tell us specifically what he means about they want us to turn in our parents, turn in our children, because that is in other FBI training flyers that we've covered and broken here on air. Remember what the MIAC and Homeland Security Report says. Gun owners are the #1 enemy of the government.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator that produces pure drinking water right from the humidity in the air. No, this isn't science fiction. It's very real. I know because I use one every day in my own home, and it's available right now to you. Because you know exactly where your water comes from with Ecola Blue, you'll know what's in your cup. Clean, great-tasting water without all the pollutants. Get your family off the grid today by ordering your own Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator for your home or business. Their best seller, the Ecola Blue 28, produces up to 7 gallons of water every day. The Ecola Blue 28 is easy to use and economical. Generate your own pure water from the humidity in the air. This system is free of chemicals and uses a multi-stage filtration system, including reverse osmosis, carbon filters, and ultraviolet lights. Order now and claim your water independence today by calling Ecola Blue at 1-800-691-6043. That's 1-800-691-6043. Or visit Ecola Blue on the web at www.ecoloblu.com today. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new Energy Czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup, insurance, and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
And they're going down like a dinosaur. Why they used to grow food in Kansas, now they want to grow it on the moon and eat it raw.
Rogers, Arkansas, all over the country, tattoo shops, fertilizer shops, regular businesses, they're giving these flyers. But the gun shops, we've confirmed, we've called the FBI, all over the country are being given these flyers saying, is somebody buying a bipod? Are they buying a lot of ammo? And we've seen the news reports all over the country. We've covered them here, where somebody buys 500 rounds of ammo and the ATF visits them. And they come with warrants and search your house. So they're creating a perception that guns are dirty and bad, just like the big billboards that say report illegal guns, show an image of a revolver when revolvers aren't illegal. They're creating this perception. And Jim Snow is in Rogers, Arkansas. He owns a gun shop there. He's running it alone today, so can't be with us long. I wanted to get him on specifically about this flyer. Sir, good to have you with us.
Good to be with you. Actually, I'm in Springdale, Arkansas.
Okay, well, the article says Rogers. Is Springdale right outside it?
No, Rogers is next town over. There was two of us on there, one from Rogers, and I'm from Springdale.
Got it. I was just reading off the headline from the local TV station. Okay, yeah. Now, when did you get this flyer, or other gun shops got it? The media came and asked you about the flyer. What do you think about the flyer?
Well, if you read the flyer, it pretty much covers just about everybody that would be coming to buy a gun at a gun shop. Just because they've got some fingers missing or a hand missing, an arm, you get people like that all the time. People pay with cash. Most gun shops would rather have cash than a credit card or a check. It's easier to process. It's just this is one of those things that they put out that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Unless you're wanting to demonize good Americans. Did you see the MIAC and Homeland Security reports that came out last year where Homeland Security said they were really gearing up to go after American returning veterans, gun owners, conservatives, Ron Paul supporters?
Right. That's where this came from. I'm pretty sure, I don't know that it is, but that's where I think this came from.
Absolutely. Now, expanding on this, they briefly quote you on television. Well, they have video of you saying they want kids to report on their parents, parents to report on their kids. What did you mean by that?
Well, that's what they're trying to get us to do. They're telling kids in school to tell them their folks for having guns in places where they're not supposed to have them, things like that. They're trying to get the parents to turn their kids in because their kids like guns. It's just reached a point where the government doesn't seem to be supporting the American way of life. They're trying to support some other way of life that doesn't exist here and hasn't existed here ever.
You're absolutely right, sir. Right here in Austin, they train kids to report on parents' illegal guns, and then the kids think all guns are illegal. I had a carpet cleaner a decade ago from out of state. He saw a shotgun on a rack in my house and tried to call the police. He thought he'd found a terrorist, and they just shut down the Austin Gun Show because the police said people driving by were scared by people walking in with guns. I mean, America's come to the point where you can't have guns in your pickup rack. I mean, they really are creating the perception that guns are like child pornography.
I remember several years ago when I was in high school, we'd take our guns to school on the bus to go home with friends and go hunting.
My father, too.
Yeah, you carry them in your gun rack. You don't see guns in gun racks anymore in most of any place you go to. Way back out in the country somewhere, maybe you do, but not as a normal rule.
So they have intimidated our movement, our freedom, down to almost nothing. Did you hear they shut down the Austin Gun Show? No law. They just did it.
No, I hadn't heard that. We had a gun show here in Springdale this weekend. Nobody shut it down.
Well, you're a federal firearms dealer yourself because that's what you do as a business. It's a tax issue. Here's the ATF Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives unlicensed person questions. To whom may